Hi everyone, this is another timeless message for the collective, and today I wanted to talk about the Kundalini Awakening purification process, which comes along with the multiple purges and symptoms that you experience when you go through this. So now, if you're somebody who's already experienced a Kundalini Awakening, you've probably experienced some form of a purge, whether it was intense or low-key. You'll know what I'm talking about here. If you have yet to go through this, it actually really helps to understand what to expect if and when this actually happens to you. Now, it does help to know that not everyone on a spiritual journey experiences a Kundalini awakening, because you can essentially open your third eye through meditation without ever having experienced a Kundalini awakening. However, if you experience a spontaneous Kundalini awakening, it's more likely that you are getting a call from the divine, which is leading you to your higher purpose and calling in this lifetime. Now, just to quickly summarize, what is Kundalini energy? Well, Kundalini energy is actually a dormant serpent and feminine energy that sits at the base of your spine that, when it's triggered or decides to awaken, will travel up your Sushumna Nari, which is along your spine running through your chakra system. And the goal of the Kundalini energy is to run from the base of your spine out through your crown. Now, you can actually think of Kundalini energy, also known as Goddess Shaktima in Hinduism, as a force that has the ability to really travel up through your chakra system, literally working towards cleansing anything that really stands in her way in terms of blockages. Shaktima, aka the Kundalini energy, will use her force, sometimes all at once or multiple times, to get from the base to the crown. But the end goal here is really to break through the crown. She is actually meant to help you transform your dark and dense vessel and transmute that negative energy into a light body. Now, in case you are wondering why this needs to happen, well, if you are someone that actually has a higher calling, let's say, you might actually need to be a channel for the divine. If this is the case, then in order for your vessel to be used to serve others, you will need to be able to be open and receptive to the higher frequencies, which is not possible if you are still holding that dark and dense energy within your vessel. So therefore, Kundalini acts actually as a force by which you go through a purging and purification process to become this open, receptive, and light body for your higher calling. So ultimately, when Kundalini actually breaks through the crown, you experience what we call unity consciousness, which is the deep sense of knowing that we are all connected and that we are all one. However, in order to get there, you experience duality as Kundalini kind of forces its way through the negative and positive emotions stored within your body. Now, for someone that's actually new to this is helpful to know so that if and when this happens to you, you can, one, know kind of what to expect, and two, understand and train yourself to acknowledge what you're going through and therefore find a way to actually release it. You'll have to understand that as painful and spontaneous as this process is, it has a greater purpose, and also that it's only temporary. If you can train your mind to keep looking for the silver lining during your awakening, it will be easier to get through. Now, you're going to go through this process regardless, but you can either do it complaining, dragging your feet, having a really difficult time trying to get through it, or trying to find a positive attitude and coping mechanism to help you get through this. Now, in case you're wondering, why is a Kundalini awakening so painful if it's just temporary? And that is because the Kundalini energy has the ability throughout its purification process to clear anything and everything that you may not wish to feel. This can include anything from old heartbreaks, karma, painful memories, and some memories could even, you could get flashes from previous and past lifetimes, You can have fears coming up that you thought were long forgotten, but really they were just suppressed. Past life traumas, not just your own, but also for your entire lineage. Some of us are here to be that curse breaker for our bloodline, and therefore you can feel not just your pain, but everything that's tied to them through your DNA. And so anything else, such as, old failures and losses, all of that. And this is going to look different for everybody because everybody's life experiences have been very different. And of course, past life karma looks very different. So that is just actually the emotional side of Kundalini. But all of these blockages don't just actually come up as emotions. You also get the physical symptoms such as rashes, nausea, physical pain in different parts of your body, head pressure, vertigo, diarrhea. The list is truly endless because this is going to look different for each individual. But what's important to know is that as you go through this, if you understand what's happening to you, you'll have a much easier time allowing the emotions to surface so they can be released. When you actually go through the Kundalini purification process, you should actually look to create maybe a ritual out of it where you can thank Shaktima, sit in gratitude for the even the negative stuff that you are processing, because ultimately if you can focus on the greater good that is going to come from going through this process, it will make it much easier for you. Allow the emotions to surface, and really you want to ask yourself and remind yourself, what is this process or emotion teaching me in this moment? Now, if you experience Kundalini rising through your chakra system multiple times, this is simply because there's a lot of purification that needs to be completed. And, be thankful that this is taking as much time as it is, because you really just need to be getting this in smaller doses. So what's happening is Kundalini is trying to clear through your chakra system and then settling back down at the base of your spine until giving you some breathing room until she's ready to rise again. So just surrender to the process, understand the good that is happening for you as you go through this, and it will become a much easier journey to get through. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. God bless.